Okay, lower level mock lesson B is what we're going to do today now. Um, and then I get to go veg for a little bit before I have to teach. So, again, I can't show you the slides because competition. People will search the internet for it. Um, it's very similar to what we did. So, first slide. Hi, my name is Teacher Bridget. You can even be like, Teacher Bridget. Hello, my name is Teacher Bridget. What's your name? My name is Sally. Good job. And you say, Sally, how are you? Good. I am happy. Good job. Sally, how old are you? I am 6 years old, or whatever. And you might not have to correct them. But if they just say 6 or happy, then you say I am happy. Correct them. Make them talk in full sentences. That's why you're there. Okay, so that's the first. It's like a title slide, and then the next slide is the secondary reward. And we say secondary reward because in the actual classroom, there are stars that you can add, and it's like they're digital stars. And when you give a star, it like wah, makes a cool noise, and you'll get a star, and it's cute. Sometimes they give them out. They say to give it. Some teachers give them out every 5 minutes. I can't remember 5 minutes has gone by, so I usually give secondary awards, and then at the very end, give all 5 stars, and it's like, but you can do whatever you want. So anyway, Sally, if you do a good job, you get a tooth. Do not spend a ton of time on this. Like, don't teach the word tooth. Don't do all that. Just be like, ooh, and then move on. Okay. The next slide is 2 words. It's kite, doll, and you want them to say, I fly my kite, and this is my doll. So, pretend this is a kite, because who has a random kite? Most people have to make their own kites for the lesson. So you would say, kite. Good. Kite. Do it 3 times. Kite. Good job. Doll. I was too lazy to go downstairs to get my dolls. Doll. Good. Doll. Good. Doll. Good job. Now then, when you do the next sentence, when you make them say the sentences, I might make them say the word one more time just to repeat. So I would go kite, 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 doll, 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 and then I would say kite. Good. I fly my kite. Good. I fly my kite. Good. I fly my kite. Good job. And then I'd say doll. Just do it once just to kind of remember and to get into it. It's like a good transition. Yes, doll. Yes. This is my doll. Good. This is my doll. Good job. This is my doll. Good job, Sally. So the next slide is they have to draw a line from the word. It's like a fill in the blank. Draw a line to the sentence. So you can do a couple of different ways. You don't want them to. You don't want them to just repeat the whole lesson. It's important. So try and get your mentor to read the sentence first. If they read the sentence, that's less things you have to say. So I would say, Sally, can you read? and draw a line. Level 2 kids, they've taken this class for a while now. They know the deal. The lessons are all set up the same type of way, just different material, different words. Can you read? Um, so maybe just say read, break it down. So say, can you read? And she'll say, she flies and then you'd be like, can you draw a line? Now, if they can't read or if they don't know what you're talking about, then you would say, she flies good, good job. Can you draw a line? Um, and even before that, I might go over the words, even though you just, said it. So I would circle doll and be like, what does this say? And if they don't know, then you would say doll. Good job. What does this say? Circle kite. And if they get it, great. And then you say, can you read? And you underline one of the sentences. And if they can't read it or they don't know what you're saying, then you just say, she flies and then you'd be like, can you draw a line? And if they get it, they get it, whatever. And the other one is, this is her doll, whatever. That's how I would do that slide. So the big thing to take away from, I guess, this video, since I didn't really talk about it in the other video, is do not make her repeat. Like, these kids can read, especially because they're Chinese and very, very, very good students. So they might not be able to read depending on what the mentor does, but don't assume they can't. Try and get them to read. Can you read? And if they don't understand, then you can have them repeat. And if there's two options, make them do it once, and then after that, they should be able to do it on their own. Okay, so the next slide is you say, what is it? And all they do is drag the word to kite or doll. So I'd be like, what is it? And I would circle whatever, the doll. And then they would say this. They could say a couple different things. I ultimately want them to say, it is a doll, it is a kite. So if you, now I'm not even sure if you're even supposed to do this, but do it just to be an overachiever. What is it? Now the mentor teacher might do a couple different things because kids, this is what kids do. They'll either click and drag it and they'll say doll. Like they get it right. They'll say doll. And then you'd be like, good job. It is a doll. Or they'll just click and drag the right answer. Now, if that happens, I would just say again, what is it? And then they'll either say doll or it is a doll, or they'll even get it wrong. They probably won't get it wrong though. So just whatever the answer is, make them say it is a doll, even if you have to, correct them. But sorry, Emily is barking at nothing once again. The story of my dog. And then you go, what is it? And you'd circle kite, right? And they'll be like, it is a kite. Hopefully by then they'll get the fact that you want them to say it is a kite, not just kite. Okay, so the next slide is the word. It's another introduction to a word. It's fly. So I'd go fly, fly, fly. Good job. Oh, I probably would have given a tooth by then. Then I would go, he flies a kite. Good. He flies a kite. He flies a kite. Good job. I fly a kite. Yes. I fly a kite. Good job. I fly a kite. Good job. Then, now you don't have to do this. I just happened because I teach this one lesson called the family, like over and over and over again. You will be able to do it in your sleep. I happen to have a picture of my family. Well, not my husband, but my OG family. So I'd be like, my sister flies a kite. You could just pick a random person. Like I could also use Meg again. My sister flies a kite. Either way, get them to say it 3 times and then you'll be good. So that's it for that slide. And the next slide is 3 sentences. She blank a kite, they blank a kite, I blank a kite, and they click and drag. Drag and drop. I always say click and drag. Drag and drop. So again, I would go over the words. I would say fly. Good. Flies. Good. Can you read and drag and drop? I think at this point you should be able to push both together because you've already done it in a few slides, like a few slides ago. So then either she doesn't do it, she doesn't understand, they'll like fake it and see that fake it that they don't understand. So then you would say, she flies a kite. You would give them the words. Or they know it. At this point they should know it and they'll drop and drag, and you should be fine. So actually, sorry, it says down here, you would say who flies a kite, and then you would say who flies a kite, and you say can you read, drag and drop or something like that. And then if they know it, they don't, and if you might have to read it, do the first one for them. Okay, so the next slide this is the harder one of the two, that's for sure. I think it's longer. The next slide is you are going to push a button and it's going to say he flies a kite, she flies a kite, I fly a kite. So all you're going to do is say who flies a kite. Can you drag and drop? So I would click the audio. Click one audio because there's 3 buttons that you push and it'll say she flies or whatever. They'll say one of the things. And then I'll be like, actually, I would go, who flies a kite? And then I would click. Don't put your hand up to your ear. Just say, who flies a kite? And quickly click the button, and it'll say, I don't know, say one of the 3. And then be like, can you drag and drop? And they'll drop. Then I'll be like, good job. And then I'll click the second button, who flies a kite? And can you drag and drop? And by this time, they'll probably just kind of do it themselves. Especially because by now the mentor teacher is like, all right, let's go. So the next slide is you want them to say, you're going to ask the question, do you throw a ball? And this is all written on the slide. Do you throw a ball? And then you want them to say, yes, I throw a ball. And that's also written on the slide. So I'll be like, can you throw? Introduce sentence frames. Yes, I throw a ball. And no, I don't swing on a swing. Repeating sentence on the slide. Okay. So I would say, do you throw a ball? And then I would underline where it says, yes, I throw a ball. And if they get it, great. If not, you would say, yes, I throw a ball. And if they get it the first time, that's fine. And then, like, you don't have to make them repeat it 3 times. So then, if you have to make them, like, repeat yourself, yes, I throw a ball, then ask the question again. Do you throw a ball? And if they can do it independently, then you can move on. Do you swing on a swing? And then if they get it right, then move on. If not, make them say and ask the question again. Do you swing on a swing? Good job. And then I would reward them. Again, I'd reward like every other slide. I'm just not going to show you the rewards because you have a life. So the next one is 3 pictures of a kite, a ball, and a swing, and it'll say you'll say, do you fly a kite? And then they'll either say, yes, I do fly a kite, or no, I don't. And then you say, do you throw a ball? And then they say yes or no, and they can just make it up. There's no right or wrong answer. Do you fly a kite? And then yes, okay. And then you say, do they? Now this next slide is do they and does he. two out of the three pictures are um, they, and one is he. So the first picture is two people flying a kite. So you'd be like, do they fly a kite? And he would be like, yes, they fly a kite. Um, and then, do they swing on a swing? Um, and you would say, yes, they swing on a swing. Or you could say, does he swing on a swing? Either way, you're trying to show, I would use they though, that he knows the difference between they and he. And the last one's a little boy throwing a ball with a dog. So I would say, does he throw a ball? Yes, he throws the ball, or whatever way you want to do it. And then the last one is the free talk slide. This should be the last one. Yeah. And it's two pictures, one with the girl with the ball, another girl with the kite. And you say, do you fly a kite? And they should be able to say, yes, I fly a kite, or no, she flies a kite. Or do you throw a ball? Yes, she throws a ball. And then the last slide, you'd be like, you did a good job, Sally. You got 5 teeth. I'll see you next time. Bye. Something like that, close, and then you're done. Now, if you don't get to the slide, the mentor teacher's going to cut you off for 10 minutes and then you'll talk about it. Don't assume that if you don't finish, that you won't move on. If any of you read the stories, I had to apply VIP Kids twice because it's a really long story. You can find that video somewhere. But anyway, when I did the second time, I knew I was going to get in through my mock lesson like the first time. It was really funny. She was like really impressed. I'm like, yeah, I work for another company, and I had at that time, but I really had gotten all my experience from VIP Kid. What was the whole point of this story? I'm sorry, I've had a really busy day. I forgot. I don't know. So that's pretty much it. Oh yeah, don't. Oh, I didn't get through it because not because I was teaching. My pacing was off because we talked a lot at the beginning. Because I don't know, we just talked, chatting. Your pacing will be off if you've never done online teaching. Like even if I was a 10th year teacher and my pacing was off, so I was like so frustrated. I was like, oh my god, I should be able to do this. And I was a substitute teacher for like 3 or 4 years, so I was really good at like looking at a lesson and just being able to go with it and pace. No, so don't don't be upset if you don't finish. It doesn't mean you're not going to get through. And again, if you got to this mock lesson part, you're hired. It's just a matter of how many times they're going to make you do this lesson before they're like, all right, you're good to go. You're good enough to send out into the VIP Kid land. Anyway, once again, if you have any questions, comment, message me, whatever. I'll be up till 10:30, 11 because I have to teach the class at 10:30, and I'm really intrigued because it's like the first main course non-trial lesson, like the first lesson. So I'm going to be teaching a level 1 kid. Let me see how old they are. Let's see if I can find it. They are, oh, there's no information on them. Dang it. Normally it says booked, info pending. So I have no idea how old this student is. Anyway, so wish me luck. I'll let you know how it goes. It's very interesting. It's going to be, the lower levels are very, very, at least in my opinion, because I've done mock lessons for lower level and for upper level, because I was like, if I have to apply again, I'm going to spice it up and do something at least a little challenging. And I think the upper levels are actually easier to do because there's less talking. The mentor teacher does more talking than you do. The content is harder, but they do all the reading. Like a lot of people will look at those slides for the intermediate level, and it's like 2 paragraphs, and they're like, "Oh my God, I can't teach that." But all it is you listening to the student talk. And what I do is I let them read the whole sentence, the whole paragraph, unless they're reading like super super fast, and I just underline any word that they said wrong. And then all we do is go over pronunciation because at that point they can read. And It's just a matter of correcting a few of the academic words. But anyway, I'm rambling. Again, let me know if you have any questions. Have a good night. Bye.